Yo, what is up, YouTube? What is up, UK viewers? I know a bunch of y'all join in for these Akala Fire in the Booths, for the Mike Righteous, for the Low Key. Low Key Part 2 was crazy. It's been a few days since I did another one of these UK artists, so I'm excited to get back into Akala Fire in the Booth Part 2. A lot of people have been commenting recently on the Part 4 Akala saying, yo, Part 2 is my favorite, or on the Low Key video saying, yo, Akala Part 2 is also one of my favorites. So I'm excited to get into this one, that's for sure. My boy Andrew Allen, all of his 2000 unreleased are pretty much freestyle. That's on the Juice World Eminem one. That one got cut off. I streamed the Eminem Juice World hour-long freestyle, and then YouTube just was soft. YouTube was soft. It was blocking our shit. And only about half of it got through, so I'll probably do part 2 later. My boy Howie B on Akala Part 4 says, great reaction, man. I came here after your Part 4. Or this is on the Akala Part 1 reaction, sorry. He came here after Part 4. Good stuff. Check out Part 2 when you get a chance. It's my fave of the 4, and that comment is what I was referring to. So we're here, Akala Part 2. A lot of cool stuff on the way, guys. If you listen to the Harry Mack reactions, or if you want to see how I'm developing as a freestyle artist, I will be going live on YouTube right before Harry Mack, Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, Sundays, 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll schedule those. You'll see them. But regardless, a lot of fun stuff happening. If you love FIFA, if you like FIFA and freestyles, then go to my Twitch. Go to my Twitch. I'm going to be doing FIFA and freestyling quite a bit. I'm pretty decent at FIFA. I have pretty big ambitions for FIFA 2021 in the esports realm. So if you're interested in that, go to Twitch at Iconic. I'm going to be doing a lot more FIFA streams very soon, starting to tomorrow at the latest. So anyway, a lot of shit going on, but right now what we got going on is Akala Part 2. Let's get it.
I know you gonna dig this.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Akala, brother, you know what time it is when you hear this, right?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh my god, this 8 years ago. He looks so much younger. That's crazy. The dreads and working out did wonders for Akala.
Yo, Akala.
Wow.
Knowledge is power. Volume 1 mixtape, 28th of May. Listen, akalamusic.com.
Chase.
Tiny bit more vocal, please, actually. Listen, knowledge is power, always.
Always.
Listen.
The scam, brother, the scam!
Let's go, Charlie.
Oi, mate, my personal life's great. Some of you would love me more if I rub that in your face. Okay, well, let us run down the resume and have a little chat about Akala's living today. Big whip, nice yard, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done. Shows, couple little companies, neat little office, everything going swell. Little bit of profit, built a business.
Just from the start, it's a different like cadence. He's bouncing on the track right now, and he's talking a little bit about himself, so I really like it, right? Great start, let's get it.
Us run down the resume and have a little chat about Akala's living today. Big whip, nice yard, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done. Shows, couple little companies, neat little office, everything going swell. Little bit of profit, built a business educating kids from the block. So far as I'm concerned, you gotta be a mug to not rate him. Own my own masters, still my own master. Novels and scripts on the way, rap is just a part of the
Own my own master. Does that mean he owns his own masters, or does he actually have a master's in somewhere? Either way, it's fresh, and I'm on my own master too.
My own masters, still my own master. Novels and scripts on the way. Rap is just a part of the genius in his head, and he knows it. Dickhead, since I used to kick ball for West Ham with my big head. Back in school days, wearing hand-me-downs from my sister, and gal was still onto man. Now that's some Ross charisma. It's just a nipper.
A girl was still onto man. Now that's a raw charisma. After saying he wore his sister's hand-me-downs, the girl on him, so the clothes on him. Anyway.
Hang me downs for my sister, and gal was still onto man. Now that's some Ross
Girl was
charisma.
still on,
It's just a
man.
nitter. I took my first pull of Rizla. And who you think gave me that? Yeah, my bigger sister. So when we speak of struggle, cousin, it's yours. You know the same old madness. Working class poor, yeah. So may have won a couple awards. I guarantee you that my family just as messed up as yours. All the abuse and the alcoholism and drug addiction. Uncles going to prison. This is working class living in Britain. It ain't great. You gotta be kidding. So please don't ever get confused by me spitting. Cause yes, I said the ghetto's in our head, but no, I didn't mean if you
The ghetto's in our head. Sorry, I cut it off before he said, no, I didn't mean. He's gonna explain it, but the ghetto in our head, just those 3 words hit me different.
ever get confused by me spitting. Cause yes, I said the ghetto's in our head, but no, I didn't mean if you live next to a food yard, let that's in your dreams. I meant believing in the madness they spout about us is far more dangerous than putting us in council houses. So yeah, I criticize, but from a place of love, never, ever. Cause I think that I've become above every young bruv you wanna judge as a tug. It's me, man, it's a little guidance and love, so I think that you're the mug. And why be smug when it's an actual fact? We all commit crime simply by paying tax. Cause we didn't go and tickle them people in Iraq and ask them so politely for all the minerals we extract. We blew children's heads off, set fire to backs. With a gangster nation, get down and you get clapped. So when
We're all criminals for paying tax because we're paying the people who are blowing the heads off or you know, war bombs and all the evil shit that our governments do in whatever UK, US, any government. Fuck all the people who are doing all of that shit. But that's crazy. That's crazy. I love how Fire in the Booth is just a crazy political platform. I mean, I don't think it was like, I don't know if that's what it was intended to do, but rap in itself is very anti-establishment. And when it's the UK, I'm learning through all these rappers, when your country is at a whatever peak of power that they think they are, and I'm talking about UK and US and anyone who thinks they're in power, whenever you reach that, there's a lot of shit that goes on to be able to get there, and rap speaks the truth about it more so and more loudly than most genres of anything, music or whatever other thing that has attention of the people. Anyway, let's go. I'm rambling.
go and tickle them people in Iraq and ask them so politely for all the minerals we extract. We blew children's heads off, set fire to backs. With a gangster nation, get down and you get clapped. So when you see the youth, they're running around on the road with heaters, don't be surprised, they're just copying their leaders. Long as the war
Oof, dude, this cadence is killing me though. He's like, come on, he's just riding it so smooth.
running around on the road with heaters, don't be surprised, they're just copying their leaders. Long as the wars stay in places that are brown and poor, we can all pretend to be abhorred, but we applaud. If you go up to Knightsbridge and get violent, the policeman that duppies you will probably get knighted. If I don't wanna fight you, cuz it ain't cause I'm frightened, I'd just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. I ain't scared of bleeding, I am scared of breathing another breath in this world where everything is so uneven. When millions murdered in the Congo when it's barely news. But if a footballer's wife should buy a pair of shoes, I'm supposed to give a apparently I do not. The world's a reflection of your block, and if you think a world that profit from their death and be totally cool thinks you're better cause you live here, you're a bloody fool. Look around at genocidal abuse, I swear to humanity ain't nothing but a virus with shoes. Then I pick my nephew up from school and I look at the youths and see the love they show each other, and I'm just so confused because they ain't learned yet what is their race or religion. So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play our position in the system. Look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition. Now listen,
Come on. Come on. I look at all these young people and they're loving themselves unconditioned, but then they grow up and then their vision is blurred, or fuck, I can't. I'm not in my freestyle state right now. I can't get to the bars as well, but we grow up and we're taught to play our own position how they want us to be living. Come on, like, he's going crazy right now, and then you'll grow up and see that the system tells us to live different from our own intuition.
yeah, what is their race or religion? So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play our position in the system. Look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition.
We grow suspicion of our own intuition, and then the things he's saying is crazy because everyone's born with a blank slate, and everyone born to love basically, right? Humans are social creatures. You want to be with someone else, either to stay safe, to feel like you're part of something, to whatever. We're social inherently. So when you're young, there's all love, and then the world corrupts you. And he's talking about that, which is crazy, like the message and what he's saying. But on top of all that, it's like like the cadence, he's just bouncing on the beat, and it sounds so smooth.
In the system, look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition. Now listen, Akala's sick, but he raps about racism too much. Could you imagine I gave a flying? Cause it's amazing how many wanna claim they love this music with no respect for the actual struggle that produced it. Did hip-hop not start in segregated hoods? Are them hoods not still segregated? So it's really good. Are the First Nation not still on reservations where the age of 46 is the average life expectation? And fellas, I wonder where the favelas have been suddenly knocked down and replaced with something better. If you got sense, you see fights are joined, and race, class and gender are sides of the same coin. So if you're really down for justice, whoever the people who suffers, whoever you are, I consider you my sister's brothers, but call it what it is, like Carlin or Bill Hicks. Not these patronizing left-wing little twits that ask me dumb shit on a superior tip and wanna act like cause I read I saw less violence as a kid. Don't make me an exception for your mental protection from accepting the madness in the system we are left in. That was the clearest thing to...
We are left in. Don't mistake me being woke for me being siding with the left people, is what he's saying. Because the left is just like, there's no right. They're both just trying to win power over people, right? It's both fucked up. There's stupid shit on both sides of the equation. It's about picking what's right and picking what's for the people and picking what's good and spreading happiness and joy for the most number of people as possible. And no one's actually doing that in politics. No one's actually trying to do that. I mean, that's why America's fucked. I don't know the details of what the UK situation is right now, but... And then he ended that with that bar, that double, for the position that I am left in. Because these people on some superior complex shit, that's why Trump gets elected. Because the left gets this superior complex, thinking they're better than everyone, telling them that they are wrong. No, if you suppress anyone, they're going to come out loud. If you suppress the poor or whatever race you suppress or whatever minority, they're gonna cause problems and they're gonna come up and be louder. If you suppress the poor white people that are racist and whatever, they're also gonna come out and show what they are feeling and elect a dude like this. So now you got the money people who want Trump because they're fucking right and can't really think of themselves, and you got the people who are suppressed from the leftist elite that are telling them that they are nothing, basically. And that's how this shit happens. So nah, fuck me with that left shit. And the right shit.
Period tip. I wanna act like cause I read I saw less violence as a kid. Don't make me an exception for your mental protection from accepting the madness in the system we are left in. That was the clearest thing to come of August events. All the closet bigots started speaking their minds again. So when a Jamaican or Asians misbehaving, of course it's cause of their skin. Blonde hair kills a million people, that's just him. And it's entertaining, some people are so thick, but I prefer that than all of the fake grins. Cause it's the only problem, people claim they wanna solve but don't actually wanna talk about how it evolved. You are told this country really, really yours, sir. What they did to brown people did to their own poor first, and originally in the States, working class whites were also enslaved. And no one talks about it today. Ever since the master came with the system of privilege, made the working whites the overseers, mulattoes the house. Cause put the darkest blacks in the field. That mind is with us still. $1 billion industry, skin cream and bleaching pills. And let's be honest, most people in my complexion to this very day still think they're better than the darker section. You say it's changed, then only educate me about Wilberforce, not about the Africans in Haiti who beat the armies of the British, Spanish and Napoleon. From the moment they stolen them, there was no controlling them. When I was in school, she said, no, you never fought for freedom. No, we freed you, and you were on your knees pleading. And what's more, did you know that we kind of saved you from the barbarism of Africa? You should be grateful when enough of our own people can't be bothered to read that they actually believed that we were swinging from trees. They don't know the Kingdom of Congo had embassies in Italy 500 years ago. literally ain't heard of St. Maurice nor Septimus Severus. They ain't studying the past cause they think it's irrelevant, and attempts at pretending ancient Egyptians weren't African. Nothing more than pseudo-intellectual lies. They obviously ain't read what Aristotle and Herodotus said about people that they saw for their own eyes. And Egypt's been invaded since the fall of the pharaohs. Not once, not twice, but many, many times. So nobody wants to explain why so many statues are missing noses, even when them statues made of granite. It ain't one people alone mistaught about themselves. We live on Celtic land, but don't learn about the Celts. The same Irish people you characterize as stupid during the dark ages. Some of the most educated living in Europe.
Let's go. Living in Celtic land, but we don't learn about the Celtic. They put the Irish down because they're stupid. The Egyptian pharaoh got knocked down. Fucking Americans, before they enslaved the black people, they enslaved the poor white people. And then the people in South Africa, they did some shit. I missed that part fully, like in detail. And then people with my skin, as in Akala skin, light-skinned people thinking they're better than dark-skinned people. That whole dynamic. It is not white, black. It's power, poor. It's power and rich and poor. Always. Always throughout history. When you have power, when you feel that power over someone, for some reason, there's something that takes over people. I'm saying you as like a general you, as in people who do use and abuse their power, privilege, and situation to put other people down or not give a fuck about the people around them that look like them that are putting other people down or controlling them. So it's like the people that are actively being evil versus the people who are closing their eyes to the evil, but it's always taking advantage of a certain type of people. And he's just giving a lesson right here. Like, write this shit down and give it to your fucking child. Teach them some shit that they're probably not learning in school. Come on, Akala, and it's so smooth. He's still bouncing on the beats. Let's go.
Irish people you characterize as stupid during the dark ages. Some of the most educated living in Europe. And did you learn the numbers you count with every day was invented by Indian people? I bet you didn't. Or how many million Indians fought for Britain in both world wars? Still you got the cheek to call them immigrants. We don't learn about the Moors, of course. For some that knowledge dangerous. Is it a problem the impact they had on the Renaissance? When people take power over another group, we minimize their achievements so we can make it feel true. So if you think Columbus was first to sail ocean blue, you probably believe Elvis and
fucking Columbus, the biggest fucking lie I've ever heard. Columbus, come on, Columbus Day still being a shit. It's starting to not be actually celebrated here. Slowly, finally, fuck.
Of course, for some that knowledge dangerous. Is it a problem the impact they had on the Renaissance? When people take power over another group, we minimize their achievements so we can make it feel true. So if you think Columbus was first to sail ocean blue, you probably believe Elvis invented rock and roll too. And oh, for the record, no doubt I believe in peace, but not for 1 second, and they'll turn the other cheek. They slap you, slap them back. Take teeth. The only way you bully ever learn is getting beat. Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer.
Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. The life-giving force. Ah ha ha ha. Let's go, Akala. Dude, I'm feeling it right now. 17 minutes in, we still got half the video left. Fuck.
Slap you, slap them back. Take teeth. The only way you bully ever learn is getting beat. Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer. That's why these MCs can't speak to me. No, all men are not made equally. My brain's made of iron fiber, conducting the livest wire. My average grade's higher than Oxford or Cambridge require. I don't want credit because I got a message. I want credit because I'm the best MC. Dead it. When I came out way back in 04, sister, I just won every award. Most man would have done the bait thing, put big sis on the chorus chords. That would have been A-list draw. Quickly I would have been famous more, but look how I came in this thing raw. Bang up the streets some more. If I MC then I heard me rap, I'd be like, what the? I ain't never gonna be that good, so I better not push my luck. It will embarrass me. Only insanity would make you challenge me. Better hope if we bump heads, that day that I feel like charity. If not, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in search of a meaning. Cause all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius. Why I'm Panama, I push the parameter. Can you imagine if I'm sicker than average? I killing with character. Benjamin Banneker, look at the marriage, stamina damage, away from Metallica. Gotta look for the whole of the calendar.
Hold up, what is he saying? I got lost in the cadence. I gotta get the bars. 1 second. He's going crazy, man. Akala, come on.
Heads, that day that I feel like charity. If not, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in search of a meaning. Cause all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius.
in search of a meaning, because all that means is that you are crap and I'm defeating. Hold on.
If not, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in search of a meaning, cause all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius.
That you are crap and I am a genius.
I'm Panama, I push the parameter, can you imagine if I'm a sick?
I push the parameter, can you imagine a...
All it means is that you are crap and I am a genius. Why I'm Panama, I push the parameter, can you imagine if I'm sicker than average? I killing with character, Benjamin Banneker. Look at the marriage, stamina damage, a boy from Britannica. Got to look for the whole of the calendar. So cold that I roll in a challenger. Why you man roll with the amateurs? I'm too much harder. You can just call him Father Akala, but I don't talk shit like a pastor. You already know that I'm smarter than half a bloody disaster. If I ever start, I'll probably a prodigy make you a martyr. For these crap MCs that mumble.
Probably a prodigy make you a martyr. Oh, you could call me Akala the father. Man, come on. Did he even say that I'm a fucking monster? I don't know, but shoulda, if he didn't.
Man roll with the amateurs, I'm too much harder. You can just call him Father Akala, but I don't talk shit like a pastor. You already know that I'm smarter than half a bloody disaster. If I ever start, I'll probably a prodigy make you a martyr. For these crap MCs that mumble, then see me in the flesh and crumble. Never told you that I was humble. No, I'm not, don't lie. I'm so sure in my writing ability that I feel like I'm finding divinity. Sit down, let me rhyme a soliloquy. My agility, time in his military.
Sit down, let me rhyme in soliloquy. Rhyme in divinity. Yo, he's flexing his pen. Let's go.
MCs that mumble, then see me in the flesh and crumble. Never told you that I was humble. No, I'm not, don't lie. I'm so sure in my writing ability that I feel like I'm finding divinity. Sit down, let me rhyme a soliloquy. My agility, time in his military. What a singular team for the mini-me. It seems you're a fiend for the mimicry. Your team couldn't dream of the synergy that I beam when I scheme when a wicked beat. There goes again with the big words with best syllables. Get dictionaries out, that's what I'm about. Clowns wanna shout. Flash them, smash them in the mouth. Bloody professor, a man of the letters I read and I'm sure that I'm better. Never regret an endeavor to deaden oppressor. I think that the lepers that think that
never regretting to deaden oppressor.
Words with best syllables, get dictionaries out, that's what I'm about. Clowns wanna shout, flash them, smash them in the mouth. Bloody professor, a man of the letters I read and I'm sure that I'm better. Never regret an endeavor to deaden oppressor. I think that the lepers that think that their pleasures are better endeavors than all of our pressures. But see me, born in a rage, maroon blood coursing my veins. As you can see, I was born for the stage, but I'll never be their cultural maid. Some say that we're political, is what they're doing isn't. Don't they preach a political doctrine called materialism? But for all the Italian clothes that you wear, or German cars that you drive, or French champagne that we'll buy, will still be monkeys in their eyes. So why you were begging it? Who knows? Italians fight to wear Jamaican clothes. Italians call their own women, but everyone's entertainment, bro. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the one with the codes that flows all over the globe. I'm bunning down shows, but still don't oil my chest and pose. Pose a threat to the power structure, not because we're anything special, but because we're the people together, and that's the only way things change ever.
Oh my gosh.
Hit it.
Akala just
Hit it
tore
with
the
this.
building to pieces. I don't even know what to say. I feel like I just been schooled for a hot minute right there. Certain MCs, you know what? Like, I don't want to hear.
Shout out Charlie, giving this a platform, bro. Giving just non-stop. The best fire in the booth, the most watched ones are all fucking history lessons and mental health lessons. And I mean, you could get pretty fucked up too in the mind if you know that, like, oh shit, everything's evil. But I think if you really dig deep into what he's saying, it's just uncovering truth. Uncovering truth. I think there is a lack of perspective on how things are actually getting better, and I've talked about this on another video in terms of, like, historically shit's awful, right? But the trajectory of uncovering truth, therefore uncovering the evil, therefore spreading optimism, positivity, and kindness, is on an upward trajectory. It's just like there's just so much shit that needs to be undone that until that's undone, it's going to be uncovered. And uncovering it makes it seem like there's more evil, whereas before it was just hidden. So that's the type of vibe that I'm not, like, the optimism isn't there a lot, but I think it's tough to be optimistic when you're uncovering all the evil shit that's going on. But Akala, come on, bro. Let's get the second verse.
Don't call my phone. If you ain't coming to destroy a beat like that, don't call my phone or you're gonna get a voicemail. Akala, wow. I don't even know what to say.
Yo, little story, let's take him down.
Little story, let's go.
Listen. Yo.
I know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the
Run that back. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute... What? Absolute blindness? What is it?
Yo.
I know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same.
Powerlessness, that's what I wanted to say when I said blind. Powerlessness does the same. It's the middle. It's the middle. power, the lack thereof, and any. I think not having power versus having power, it all comes down to other people. So having power over others corrupts absolutely, versus someone having power over you does the same. Power over yourself, in both scenarios, taking the other people out of the equation in terms of power, having power fully over yourself is what awakes. Does the same. Power over yourself is what awakes. Bars.
Dig this.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day. Yo, listen. In a scheme of living, my life wasn't hard, but as far as Britain goes, I practically starved. Sleeping in a tracksuit, gas meter running out, electric cut off as well, candles lighting up the house. Looking in my mother's eyes, I see how she feels. The strain and the pain of just paying bills that ain't real. And that's how
That ain't real. Let's go. All right, we're getting the Akala story. Let's go.
I see how she feels. The strain and the pain of just paying bills that ain't real. And that's how I grew, like so many more. And that was part of who I am very sure. You wanna know the rage I feel in my stomach? No, my mom and dad split up when I was still in her stomach. And not everything that happened I will put in 16s, but I will tell you enough so you will know what I mean. My boy's mother got cancer the same time as mine, but his mother died and mine survived. It was crazy back then when I was like 10 or
His boy's mother? His baby mama? Is that what he's saying?
I will tell you enough so you will know what I mean. My boy's mother got cancer the same time as mine, but his mother died and mine survived.
Damn.
It was crazy back then when I was like 10, already had the mental strength more than many grown men. This was a couple years after my stepdad left. Did he really know the crazy mess that he left? Because mum done recover from the lumps in her neck, but being poor and alone couldn't cope with the stress. My big sis fought, so much so, now I hadn't left school. When she left home, I was 13 by now, still a little kid, innocent. Next couple years though, will turn him to a militant. That is the result of no food in the fridge. And every other day you're getting searched by the pigs. Plus these patronizing teachers though, my grade sick, trying to emasculate me, yeah, turn me to a Anna. Don't mean a woman, please let me be clear. I mean a spineless man, because what do they fear? More than a working class brown male with a brain. When our energy is harnessed, everything changed. Look at Pac, look at Marley, look at Hendrix, look at Garvey. This is the potential that is wasted on a daily basis. A racist, classist world that we're living. Still we coming for nothing and we educate millions. I see why it scares you. It's like, how dare you overcome obstacles that we have been careful to place in your way every step of the way. In this so-called democracy where kids get sprayed, blacks and the Asians, Turks and the Chavs, crowded in council flats, living like ants. And who's more confused than so-called white trash, talking this madness about they want their country back.
Who's more confused than white trash, talking madness like they want their country back? This shit obviously applies to the U.S. too. If y'all not aware of what's going on around here, this is the same exact shit. This is 8 years ago he's talking too, about the UK. God damn.
And who's more confused than so-called white trash?
It's the same shit. It's the same shit anyway. The UK and Europeans are the ones that came through. It's the fucking mentality that's been ingrained for centuries. Any problem that happens, anything in your life, is because of the shit that happened when you were 5, 10, 15, 20. And it takes effect 25, 30 years later, 15 years later, 10 years later. And if you take that as if that's just your individual, right? Just you. When you were 5, that shit affects you when you're 25. When you were 10, that shit affects you when you're 25. And that's just you, one person, one data point. When you take it at a civilization level, the quantity and population grows, so the time frame of effects also goes back. So 15 years for you is important, then 150 years for society and global civilization is important. And when you take the globe, then 500 years ago, 400 years ago, 300 years ago, affects what happens today. That's what people fail to understand. Oh, but that was ancient history. Nah, bro, that's the fucking system that we came from to go, that we're living in right now. And what we do right now is going to affect us 400 years later. Every time. Same thing what you're doing right now with your life is going to affect you 20 years later because that's how you're growing. That's what you're living. And that's why Akala living in the way he did is why he's this woke. And that's why all the greatest creators came, or most of the greatest creators came from the struggle. And the ones that didn't became aware of the troubles that other people are living and wanted to, and, you know, became awake. And so they were able to create and stop caring what other people think. Once you stop giving a fuck, you're able to create for yourself. And not giving a fuck comes a lot easier when no one else in the world around you cares about you. And that's what the struggling people live through earlier on.
Talking this madness, but they want their country back. It never.
Because I guarantee you, no one gives a fuck about you anyway. However much money you have, or however poor you are. It's just a ruse. It's just a ruse. And the ruse doesn't exist for the people that struggle. It exists for the rich people. That's why you see millionaires depressed as shit and want to kill themselves and stuff. It's a different struggle. I'm not saying one is better or worse. Obviously, one to me is a little bit more unfair. But being in a jail in your own head till you're 80, in some cases is worse than starting out struggling and getting out of it because that jail, you were already only in your own head. Physical jail versus mental jail. You can break out of a physical jail and be free mentally, but it's tough. It's really tough to get out of a mental jail. And those are just different things. I'm not trying to side with either. I'm just saying problems exist around, and unless people take power of themselves, like what I was saying earlier, then you can't get out. Damn, Akala, getting me in my fucking philosophy again. Come
more
on.
confused than so-called white trash. Talking this madness, but they want their country back. It never was yours. You should read more. What they did to brown people, they did to their own poor. But people's memory short. So much that I'm seeing black and Asian kids cuss Eastern Europeans. No pot to piss in makes competition. I fail to see how this is an effective system when cats and dogs in America and Britain eat better food than most of humanity, and we spend our technology only on killing. How is this more than sophisticated savagery? It was once said, the world is a stage, each person just an actor with a part to play, like the middle class kids and kids of the rich that have everything, but yet still they pissed on they coke and ketamine, strung out on. I ain't generalizing, look at the evidence, so go to Glastonbury any year, you will see. But unlike Carnival, it won't be crawling with police, this is London. The kids on the very next street had a very different life experience from me. And in my experience, they can't help but be smug after a lifetime of what they think's just good luck. But they're still more anxious and more thankless. Unearned privilege weighs like an anchor, that's why they copy what we do, trying to be what they not. They will grow up though and get better jobs and maintain a system that they claim that they hated. They can't fight against, they got a stake in its matrix. Hip-hop is just a fad to them.
They got a stake in its matrix. Because the Matrix, the movie, they give the lives that you want to live, quote unquote, like that guy, the evil guy from the Matrix. A little bit of spoilers, not evil, but like one of the villains that was giving them up to get back into the Matrix, because this shit is fucked. Real life, or quote unquote real life, is messed up. We're consistently fighting. Put me back into the Matrix and give me a stake. They got the stake in the Matrix, but they look at us. They want to be like us. That's exactly what I've been saying. The mental prison. He went exactly where I was talking about. Let's go, Akala.
They can't fight against, they got a stake in its matrix. Hip-hop is just a fad to them. You didn't know? But for us, this is our living, breathing soul. And yeah, they might backpack in South America or even volunteer in an African village. But all said and done, when push comes to shove and hits the fan of middle class and British, and I ain't even dissing. That's just how it is. Most rich brown people are just as full of shit. So much more concerned with our cars and jewels than most of the world's poor looks just like you. So much more concerned with being privileged few. And who knows, maybe me too, because absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane.
Who's bad? Akala's in the building, man! So you call a real MC right here! Just schooled you, man! Please pay attention!
Fresh.
Power! Knowledge is power! Akala's just put it down, man! think we just witnessed something real legendary. I think
That was insane. Absolutely insane. Akala, low key, Mike. That's right now. That's my top three. I know I gotta get to Gets. I think right Gets. That's the OG UK rapper, and I feel like there's others, and I'm sure there's a lot more fire things. Send me them in the comments. But come on, Akala. Come on, Akala. The more I think, the more I get into my like psychology, the better I know the fire in the booth is. They recommended me Nines. Is Nines any good? Let me know. Let me know. Hit that sub, hit that like if you enjoy the content. Leave me a comment below on what you think. And we'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.